an exclusive interview with the cast of Peter Pan. Now this year's drama production is happening very, very soon, so don't wait to buy your tickets. Let's go off and ask the cast some questions. So we're here with Brooke Wade and Duncan Rhymes, cast as Hook in this year's drama production of Peter Pan. First off, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for
Such an honor.
Yeah.
So we're all extremely excited. Tell us a little bit about Hook. Tell us about your character, how you adapted into him.
Okay, so I think me and Duncan can both answer this because we have two entirely different characters, which is kind of cool. So for my Hook personally, she, underneath the whole facade of like an insane psycho, like just out for revenge against Peter Pan, underneath is actually an incredibly like lost and lonely little person that has like no idea what they're doing, because basically we've had this dream our whole life of like living forever and kind of this idea of like immortality and like living life to the fullest, but it got taken away from us in a way from like this little boy who is living so much more than we are, and he's only a child, so that in a way has like robbed like what we wanted for ourselves. So
well, Wendy, she's the oldest of three siblings, John and Michael, in the Darling house, and she's the one who tells stories in the family, so she's like the leader of her two brothers and all that stuff, and she has a huge imagination, and she loves being a child.
Well, it's kind of a weird role because we're all fully grown, very large, strong men, right?
Very deep voices.
Very deep voices. So when we have to play the role of a small child who doesn't want to grow up or be massive and strong, we have to kind of like switch our mindset to any kind of acting you do.
We're just large, so.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun because you get to sort of just let that boy in you go free. You know what I mean?
Were there any like mental, physical preparations in preparing for Hook, because he is the villain? So tell us about that.
you can start for this one.
I think less physical, more mental, just because especially since both of our takes are a lot more heavy. It's less of the cartoonish Hook that you see in the cartoon or the movie adaptation. It's a lot more raw and it's a lot more real, and it's kind of depressing at some points. You know, you have to take yourself out of it at the end of the day. Because I remember a couple of days, like we would do the song or we would like talk about what it means, and I would be stuck in that kind of mental headspace.
Honestly, looking at like these two and how they perform it, I can kind of take that and put my own twist on it as well, and that really helps me to like get into the role and stuff. Just kind of adding what they add into it and working off of each other.
Yeah, I feel like these two add a lot with like the kid part, and I think I struggle with that a little bit because I don't know.
It's too big.
I'm just oh yeah.
I think the mom side.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of pressure on that because it's hard to like switch in between, you know?
Yeah, because it moves forward and back in time.
Yeah.
What was your initial reaction when you heard you got the role, and how was the audition process like?
A little scary because Boucher, my mom, was like, oh yeah, you have to work extra hard because if you don't look all that good and I choose you, then it'll look like I'm favoriting you, and I'm like, okay.
Alright. Well, I figured it was like the last year, so I might as well go for a large role because I felt like I peaked in grade 10. But yeah, I feel like it's the audition process was pretty fun.
We have to obviously kiss Peter in the show, right? So when we were doing the scenes for the first time in front of the rest of the cast, where we had to kiss the guys, and Jax and Monica, fine, they're dating. But me and Maxwell, and then her and Jaden, we like they hadn't kissed yet. We did it in like corner when nobody was watching. When we were doing the scene, we just did it, and no one really noticed. And then they did it. It was really fun though, because everyone cheered and all that stuff, and it was like.
We all know that this year's production involves something different from past year's production. So tell us what it is.
It is trapeze.
It's a lot of things,
It's a lot
but trapeze
yeah,
is the
trapeze
biggest
is
one.
the biggest one.
Are any of you guys afraid of heights?
Not really.
No?
I like was, and then like just I don't know. I'm not anymore.
Oh.
It's really fun. Now with the set, it's a little nerve-wracking because it's like we're relying on each other because all of us, we're our own counterweights. So it's hard to like kind of put our trust in our peers.
Like there's moments where you're like, yes, this is going great, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah, it's actually so like liberating though. Like when you're in the air, it's like so awesome.
Yeah.
But then also like yesterday, both Caitlin and I hit the set because
It's like swamp.
one time it was just like me and Jackson let go at the wrong time, so then I hit the set, and the other time was because like I had to bring her up, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, it's a fairies. You know what I mean.
Very string.
We're hung from the ceiling and we're swinging around, and that was the biggest thing for me. Like you just get to see it and go, wow. Like just your inner boy comes out when you're hanging 20 feet off the ground. we gotta be pretty careful on the trapeze. It's a little scary.
What do you want your audience to take from this whole show when we go in to watch it? Is there anything specifically that you want us to understand or take away from after?
I feel like the show in general is really special and it's really important. It's about kind of being thankful for being young and taking time, grateful for the time you have.
It's sort of like an ode to youth of how like sometimes people don't want to grow up, and you'll see in the end how that sort of fares.
So I want people to come and just like forget about the world and put themselves in it as much as they can. Don't look at it and be like, oh, you know, you can see the trapeze line, like you can tell that it's fake. And,
Yeah.
like,
It's so much fun to act on and so much fun to just look at. So definitely come out and see it.